What's going on, everyone? Next Gen Productions here, back with another review video. Today I'll be checking out the LG Tribute. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the review. Before we get into the review itself, let's go ahead and take a look around the LG Tribute. Starting in the front, up here we have its earpiece. Then we have its 0.3 megapixel front selfie shooter. It features a light and proximity sensor. And for the display, we have a 4.5 inch IPS LCD display with a resolution of 480 by 800 and a PPI of 207. Right down below here we have its LG branding. To the left of it, to the left side, we have the white volume rockers. At the bottom we have its micro USB charging port and a microphone. And on the right side we have its white power lock button. At the top we have its 3.5mm headphone jack and another microphone next to it. Last but not least, in the rear of the LG Tribute we have its 5 megapixel autofocus camera, which can shoot full 1080p HD videos. And to the left of it we have its LED flash. Then we have the LG branding. Then we have its speaker right down below. Screen to body ratio on the Tribute is 66.65%. Hardware wise, the Tribute runs a 1.2 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor with an Adreno 305 GPU and a Cortex A7 CPU. I just ran a quadrant standard test just now, so let's go ahead and see what our score is. We scored 8,875, which is not bad for this device. Take a look down here. The CPU is 33,413 with a memory of 3,174. Up next is Geekbench scores. Alright, so Geekbench has just finished. So as you can see here, for the single core score we got a score of 342, and for the multi-core score we got a score of 1145. If we compare the single core score, we are above the Samsung Galaxy Nexus, but below the Samsung Galaxy S3. And as for the multi-core score, we got 1145. We are above the Motorola Moto G, but below the Moto X. That's not bad of a score for this device. Built-in storage on the Tribute is 4 gigabytes, but unfortunately out of that 4 gigabytes you only get about 1.3 gigabytes out of the box, and an SD card is highly recommended with this one. The Tribute can support up to a 32 gigabyte SD card. Popping off its rear casing, we gain access to its micro SD card slot. I currently have a 16 gigabyte SD card slot in there right now, which, like I mentioned, it can hold up to a 32 gigabyte SD card, and it's 2100 mAh battery, which can be replaced if needed, which is nice. Battery talk time is estimated around 15 hours, and I am unsure of battery standby time. Before I end this review, I'd like to go ahead and go into the camera application and see what features we got. It's asking me if I want to save photos to the SD card. No. So here's the camera interface on the LG Tribute. So down here we got the back button, the picture take button, and the record button. And right here I just accidentally took a photo. If we tap that, it'll go straight into the photo. Up here, try and block it off really quick. Have to cover the camera with my finger. Up here, the 3 dots reveals all the settings. Here we have the flash on, auto, and off. Then right up here we have the camera, flip your camera toggle, camera flip toggle. Sorry about that. Then as for your modes, you only get panorama and auto, which is expected with this very budget friendly device. Then here we have typically all your settings. If you tap that little gear icon, you can save it internally or SD card. If you have an SD card in there, you have your grids on and off. You have your timer for 3 seconds, 10 seconds, or off. And you also have your voice voice actions. You can just say kimchi, LG, smile, etc. And as for your camera and camcorder, the camera, you can go all the way low to 1 megapixel, which is 1280 by 960, then 3 megapixels at 1920 by 1920, wide 4 megapixels, which is the current setting I have it on, which is 2560 by 1536, and then a full 5 megapixels, which is 2560 by 1920. And as for the video, I currently have it on HD at 1280 by 720, and FHD typically means full HD, which is 1920 by 1080. So that pretty much concludes this review on the LG Tribute. I'll catch you guys in the next one.